scammers a phone call and record their live reactions to a hacker revealing their true identities. Yeah.
My name is
Sanjeev. Your name is Sanjeev, and your friend next to you is wearing a brown shirt. So, Sanjeev, why are you scamming people, Sanjeev?
Sanjeev.
Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Fully panicking. Let's give these scammers a phone call and record their live reactions to a hacker revealing their true identities. Yeah.
My name is
Sanjeev. Your name is Sanjeev, and your friend next to you is wearing a brown shirt. So, Sanjeev, why are you scamming people, Sanjeev?
Sanjeev. You are Sanjeev. और आपका नाम लिखा था राजा राजा
Oh, they trying to cover up
this
the
is
cameras.
definitely
It's
it.
crazy
They're
work.
taping it forever.
Y'all
Alright, so I'm
scamming
going
up.
to explain to you how I found these scammers. I was doing my usual look around for scammer phone numbers when I came across a list of websites that looked very scammy to say the least. The website looks fairly tame and legit.
I just want to say this for all my people at home. Don't scam, man. You can get the money. You don't have to scam nobody. You don't have to sit at a phone all day like this and scam nobody. Just remember that. It don't take all of this.
On the surface, but in reality, it's all a scheme to get you to pay for useless drivers or security. But who are the people coming across a fake website that's offering Alexa support? Well, someone who just purchased themselves a brand new Amazon Alexa device, and when they tried to set it up, the instructions informed them to download the Alexa app. So they go on Google and search something up like download Alexa app, but instead of coming across the Google Play Store or the App Store, they get those fake sponsored scam links that I showed you previously. Now on the website, the victim is given multiple options of download. I'm using Windows, so I go ahead and initiate the download for Windows. And I get this fake looking progress bar, and after it loads, it gives me the exact same error message every single time. Reading network error, we couldn't complete your download, please chat with us for more info. And under that, a little option to join the chat. At this point, I know exactly where this is going. As soon as I join the support chat, the scammers will ask me for my name and phone number for a callback to my cell phone. Once they have me on the phone, they will convince me that I need to install remote access software for them to fix the issue. And I do
The fact that they got all day to do this, y'all, that means that they must be on a payroll. There's no way that y'all are there scamming and getting the $300 just off the GP, gang. There's no way.
one thing that you are never supposed to do. I let them remotely gain access to my computer, but while they attempt to connect to me, I am actually connecting back to them, reversing the access onto their computer. What is
Let me just show
me,
you.
I don't know
Let
what
me
the
just show you.
IP is.
Look over here. Do you see that here?
What is that?
These are the people who are connected with your computer, sir.
They're connected with my
Right now.
computer right now? Right now, the scammer is connected to my computer, but I've actually connected right back to hers, and I'm watching her computer screen as she attempts to run the scam.
With your devices, yes. And in order to do that, sir, in order to install the device, the drivers, and to make sure that they work fine on your computer and there'll be no trouble in the future, how long you want the driver? So you want it for the 2 years, you want it for the 3, 5, 10.
Now, while the so-called issues on the computer are actually completely normal, and everything the scammer has told me up to this point has been a lie, you will now try to pitch me one of their bogus support plans. Oh, okay, and what's it called? Okay, so I see the price here. It says $299 for 2 years. And then I see $390.
For the protection of your phone.
Yeah.
Yes, for that, it is the protection on your devices as well. For example, if in the future somebody can...
Man, ain't no way, bro. No way. You're not gonna tell me, first of all, who you think about to give you $300? I don't know you. I'm not giving you a dime. You think I'm finna come out of $300 right then and there? You're out your mind. Sorry.
Gets connect with your computer or your IP address and they try to do anything bad activity on the devices of yours, they won't be able to connect with you, so.
Okay, wonderful. So that's all I have to do is pay for the security and all those problems will stop?
Yes.
But there was not a single problem in the first place with this fake virtual computer that I created 10 minutes ago. And honestly, I wasted enough of this scammer's time, so I decided to confront her about the scam.
Yes, sir. Do you want this, drivers? Do you want this security or you don't want this, sir?
I don't know. Some of those services were supposed to be running. Some of them are supposed to be stopped. Some of them are supposed to be running. And you're telling me there's something wrong with my computer. I'm starting to think that you're a scammer. Are you a scammer?
Why would I be a scammer?
It sounds like you're a scammer. Why are you disconnecting from my computer, you fake scammer?
Ooh.
That's what you think, sir.
But that's the truth. You know you're a scammer, right? You're lying.
That's not the truth.
All right, so where are you located
No.
right now? Where are you located right now? So while that was happening, I was silently
Oh,
taking a
she
look
hung
into
up.
this scammer's network, guessed the password, and could see everything that was going on inside of this massive scam call center.
Wow.
These cameras gave me an insight into the day-to-day lives of these scammers and gave me a good sense of what the call center
All
looked like
Indians.
and what the layout of the building was. The first thing I wanted to do was make a mini map of the call center. In total,
All
they had 12
Indians.
camera views, and by doing a simple head count, I could see that there were around 15 to 20 agents usually on the floor at once. I spotted them many times eating and socializing, just like in any normal job.
Hey, tan, ta-da-da. Arey aye.
Bro.
Now, while I gained access to only one machine in this call center
Were they
and
just
just
throwing
reached their
up gang signs, bro? What was that? What was this? What are we doing? You in the damn...
CCTV security cameras,
You know what?
I didn't know how I was going to further advance my investigation in proving that these people are guaranteed scammers. I had access to their cameras, but they didn't have a feature that allowed me to listen into the audio. And even if I could listen into the audio, it would be very difficult for me to record any scams. The scammers were actually nice enough to have call recording on their phone system switched on. But even better yet, they had an application on some of their machines by the name of Flashback Recorder, which is an application that not only screen records the actual desktop display, but the microphone connected to that computer. Now, yes, I can match the timeline of the audio to the timeline of the CCTV's internal playback to watch scams that have happened in the past, but the scammers have made it even easier for me by not using any traditional phone systems, but rather virtual ones. I ended up getting access
Wow.
to a couple more machines in this call center, which allowed me to get some rock solid evidence of their activities.
Okay, that is also not working. It's giving me the same error message. Can't reach this page.
Ma'am, I'll do one thing for you. I'll guide you some steps on your computer. Please follow it. Let me connect with your computer remotely and I'll set it up for you. Would that work?
That's fine.
So
What?
this victim followed some
People is really saying yes? No way.
random strangers' instructions and installed a remote access tool on her computer.
Now look at here, ma'am. Can you see there are a number of services which is top right now? Network connectivity, network assistant. By any chance, did you stop it, ma'am? Most of your services are down right now that connect your smart devices together, and that's the reason you're having this trouble with the network, ma'am. So let me do one thing for you. Let me put a proper scan on it so we can get the result why it's saying it, okay?
I think I've now heard enough of this, and it's now time for me to warn this person about the scam. Hi, hello?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, were you on the phone with a gentleman that sounded Indian a second ago?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you, ma'am, that person wasn't from actual tech support. I deal with fraud, like he was a scammer. He was trying to
Yeah,
ask.
I figured that when he was trying to download stuff on my computer.
Yeah, just I wanted to warn you for the future. Like if someone ever tells you to install something like that on your computer, it's like 99% always a scam, okay? Thankfully, I was able to successfully warn that person about the scam, but there were many more people who had previously been scammed before I had a chance to
That's
intervene.
crazy.
This was evident from the many photos I downloaded from the scammers' computers, showing payments made via credit card and checks, anywhere from $100 to $1,200 or even $3,000 for
So they is putting checks in people's names or something? What are they doing? How is this happening? Man, I'm not gonna say nothing.
absolutely nothing. This photo in particular that made me really disgusted with these scammers, showing how they forced an elderly looking man to open his webcam, write a check for them, and send it off to some random shell company in the United States. This is not only why I wanted to identify the heartless scammers in India, but also the people facilitating the laundering of money. Because processing checks internationally is far more difficult and could arouse suspicion, the scammers will instead have their victims make them payable to shell companies in the United States. There are many such companies involved in this scheme, and I've blurred their names because I reported all of them to US federal authorities where they're being investigated. The information on those checks contain the types of details that are very suitable towards data brokers. Data brokers sell your information to scammers and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, email, home address, health records, your relatives, it's all out there. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submit opt-out requests for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects
So
me from
you
hackers who
telling
could
me
use this.
you could be searching something, right? And people have it set up to where you search and they collecting your data. As soon as you hit that blue highlighted word that you're looking for. I feel like that's sick in the head. That's fucked up. It's sick and it's wrong.
Information to help them access my social media accounts, bank accounts, or other sensitive information. I don't know if you saw this, but AT&T revealed that over 73 million customer records, both existing and former customers, were released on the dark web. They recommend those affected use strong passwords, monitor account activity, and consider credit freezed or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. Well, Aura does all of this for me, and best of all, I don't have to download several different apps just because a company couldn't keep my data secure. This individual is Avnit. She would turn out to be one of the HR managers working in this call center. And my proof of this is that the room she operates in literally has a sign that says HR room. And this is where I actually use the CCTV cameras to my advantage. I simply watched the cameras until Avnit would come into the office, waited for her to take the laptop out of her bag, watched her connect to the hijacked internet that I had access to, and then I was able to pivot to her computer directly. On her computer alone, I downloaded over 500 files containing confidential data. I can tell you this because the first few files I clicked on had things like employee resumes, photos of their ID cards, even pictures of the scammers themselves, and finally a spreadsheet that contains all of the agents and managers' personal names.
Oh yeah.
Eve to
I
me
would've
is
been like,
basically freedom. It's a giant open universe.
Email addresses, and the exact location of where they live. This is a big leak into the company's employee data, and the reason the HR manager would store the scammer's ID photos on her computer was because these scammers don't use traditional keys to enter the call center, but rather access cards. Here I can see the HR manager using the portal to request a new access card for one of the agents. It says she's using an account owned by someone with the name of Bekuchas, and we can see a company name on the left side that reads Sky Sailor Ventures Private Limited. And if I do a quick Google search of that company, the first thing that comes up is a scammer.info post that was created back in November of 2021.
That's
the information
crazy.
listed on that post were things like the director's names of the company, Bekuchat Rora and Rajat Sharma. And where have I seen those names before? Well, I saw it 10 seconds ago on the HR manager's laptop when she logged into the portal to submit the access card. And at this point, I already found public records of these two scam fraudsters registering Sky Sailor Ventures Private Limited back in 2019. This would turn out to be the real Indian company. So here I could confirm that Rajat and Bekuchat were running a scam call center in Punjab, India. And if you still don't believe me, I went and found Rajat's LinkedIn account, which showed me a photo of how he looks like. And what do you know? The HR manager has a photo of someone on her hard drive that looks very similar to the profile picture on LinkedIn. This is Rajat. Now it was time for me to pivot my access to the people who actually manage all of the finances and bookkeeping. Okay, so these agents, when they reach the finale of their scam, they open up their remote LAN chatting tool and pass the victim information over to someone by the name of Chavi. I'm pretty sure this guy manages all of the financial data in this call center. Let's put his name onto Google and see what comes up. Okay, so I see a LinkedIn profile. Let's click on this. Chavi. Yeah, that's definitely our guy. Look at that photo.
Chavi.
Okay, yeah, he's the operations manager. We definitely need to access his computer. So after a couple of days of me just waiting and waiting, I finally got access to his computer. I won't tell you how I hacked this computer since I want to use the same methods in the future, but I pretty much got the keys to all of the financial information that you could imagine. I'll talk more about that in a second, but I realized I didn't even need to gather more information on Chavi because when I downloaded those 500 files worth of confidential employee data off of the HR manager's computer, I got all of his info in the process. I have his personal information sheet, his Indian identity card or Aadhaar card, and multiple snapshots, including this very clear photo that matches up perfectly with his ID card and his personal LinkedIn page.
Idiot.
Finally, it was now time to extract all of the data on his computer. And let me tell you now, this guy had access to everything. I could see the payment databases, the Stripe accounts, and even the scammers creating the invoices on PayPal that they would directly send to their scam.
Like, y'all scamming, but y'all not even up to date. Y'all don't even have, like, y'all not even making sure y'all can't get scammed. It's getting bad. It's getting bad.
Victims. Of course, if the scammers were already dumb enough to let me see all of this, surely they would be dumb enough to not set passwords on their confidential spreadsheets, right? Well, let's find out. Okay, let's open this. Ah, dang. Looks like we can't access their master tracking spreadsheet. Oh wait, I suppose if I have access to their internal cameras, I could just watch them type the passwords to the spreadsheets live on CCTV. If only it was that easy though. Actually, it was that easy because I exported over 250 clear text passwords from the scammers' their computers.